Hello, welcome to the Blue Shack. I'm Joe. Today I'm going to be making ring Z70200038. This ring is going to be made out of zirconium and it's going to have a titanium wire wrap. The first thing I need to do is to continue drilling out this 1/2-inch hole. So I'm going to get this chucked up and get started. I got that hole drilled out. Now I'm going to clean up the face on this before I bore it to size 9 1/4, which is 19.2 millimeters in diameter. I've got the ring cut to size, and while I still have the boring bar on there, I'm going to give the inside edge a little bit of a bevel for comfort. That's done. Now it's time to start working on the outside of the ring. I'm going to carve it down so that the wall thickness is about 2.5 millimeters thick. I got the dimensions right. Next thing I'm going to do is carve 2 channels. One back where I'm going to part it off. I'm not going to go all the way through. And then I'm going to carve a center channel where the wire is going to be wrapped. It's got its basic shape now. Looks kind of like the core of a yo-yo. Up next is to finish the inside by sanding and polishing. I'm going to use 5 different grits of sandpaper and just the coarse polish for now. I'll do some finer polish later on. The inside's looking nice and shiny. Now to turn this into a ring by parting it off, which is my favorite part. And there it is, a ring, or the ring core anyway. What I need to do to continue is to get rid of this big chuck and get this mounted on a ring mandrel. Got the ring mounted on the mandrel. I'm putting the boring bar back on so I can give this inside edge a little bit of a bevel. I'm going to finish shaping this ring with filing and sanding, and then do some polishing on it. There is one nice and shiny, pretty ring core. Maybe wondering why I chose to use zirconium over titanium, say. Here's a bar of zirconium. This is the bar I actually cut the ring off of. This is a bar of titanium. There really isn't much difference in appearance when it's in its raw state. The cool thing with each of the metals, both of which are hypoallergenic, titanium, you can anodize all kinds of different colors. Zirconium, you can turn black, and that's what I'm going to do next by heating it up. There it is, all nice and shiny and black. Now it's time to put this back on the mandrel and wrap it with wire. Okay, now that I've got that measured out to the length I need, go back into the lab and anodize it. Now that I've got it anodized a nice gold color, next comes the tricky part, splicing it and then winding it back on the ring. This is one of the trickier style rings I make, and it usually takes me 5 or 6 attempts to get that wire wrapped just right, and this one was no exception. It took me about 4 or 5 tries, but I finally got it, and I think it came out really, really nice. This is ring Z70200038. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll see y'all next time at the Blue Shack.